Today we're asking the age-old question, which Avenger would win the Hunger Games? Hey guys, my name is Chris and welcome to FS4T. So we had to set some boundaries and some parameters, so we decided the Avengers that we would be placing into the games would be the original lineup from 2012's Marvel's The Avengers. So that means we would have Black Widow, Hawkeye, Hulk, Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. Let's look at each Avenger and analyze their strengths and weaknesses first and go from there. Starting off is Hawkeye. Strengths, immaculate with a bow. Weakness, fights with a bow. Honestly, unless the Hunger Games have a section where archery or darts are involved, I really don't see how Hawkeye lasts longer than the opening. His only saving grace would be getting his hands on a bow and arrow type weapon at the start, but let's be honest, he's getting taken out first thing. This isn't any disrespect towards Hawkeye, maybe a little. Maybe he just isn't that interesting. Black Widow is similar, and after we analyzed her, it was worse than we expected. It's obvious from their friendship and history that Black Widow and Hawkeye will team up in an alliance, and with good reason. Their lack of special powers or abilities has them at a disadvantage, so why would someone like Hulk, Thor, or Iron Man use them as part of their alliance? Black Widow came in with the lowest scores on her abilities with a 2 for the attack, 1 for defense, 1 for strength, and 0 for special. Can we be realistic here and understand that even with Hawkeye in the picture, she really is the weakest Avenger? But what are some of her strengths? She has versatility with weapons and combat. She's experienced with vehicles and is able to fly and drive nearly anything. And she knows how to calm down Hulk. Her weaknesses: no superpower, close combat only unless she has a weapon. She's a sidekick, and she doesn't remember Budapest correctly. Black Widow would need to flee the scene immediately or go as fast as possible to the starting weapon pile to find something. But to be honest, what would a gun do to her adversaries in this moment? The Hulk was a difficult one to analyze. His numbers for strength are a perfect 5, his attack is a solid 3.5. It's the other parts that show his downfall. Hulk is great, but his special ability isn't anything crazy. As we've seen in the Avenger films, he has a lot of trouble containing Hulk, and equal trouble getting Hulk to take over. His attack is strong, but not too crazy due to it being based on physical combat. The only method of long-range fighting he would have would be throwing items from a distance. His defense is more of a duck and cover method as opposed to something strategic. I believe the factor that could help Hulk win would be the complete and total takeover of Hulk and non-stop aggression, although we did see that one of Black Widow's strengths is her ability to calm Hulk down. Thor. This is where I believe it starts to get really serious. Thor is the first true contender to win the Hunger Games. His attack is a 5, the highest so far. As we saw in Ragnarok, he doesn't need a hammer or an axe to fight. While he certainly has a lot of power, the weapon of the axe or hammer only accentuates his abilities. The defense is where he suffers the most. We've seen him take many hits straight on, and it's because he doesn't have a reliable defense. His strength is extremely high as well, being a 4.5. And as he has thought many times,
strongest Avenger.
Captain America is next in the spotlight, and I'm torn. His attack is a 3. He's skilled with weapons, but similar to Hawkeye and Black Widow, he mostly relies on closer combat, even when using his shield. His defense is the highest of the group so far. His shield, we have seen, can take a beating, and he's used it to deflect beams from Iron Man as well. Cap is incredibly strong, and with his strength being so high, it kind of brings his special down. He's super strong and fast. Now, that's cool and all, but when you're faced against Hulk and Thor, it's going to be tough to battle that one out on strength alone. The other potential downside with Cap is his innate goodness, his unwavering sense of doing the right thing. Would Steve Rogers even be able to kill anyone from this group? That's a tough sell. But I believe when it comes down to it, he would protect himself and defend to the death if necessary. Alright, we are analyzing our last Avenger, Iron Man. Iron Man comes in strong across the board. His average is nearly a 4. Now you may be thinking, why is his special so high? Well, we believe his suit, technological advances, and the artificial intelligence he had created as support is pretty darn special and is nothing to scoff at. While he may not possess superhero powers himself, he is a
genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
He also tries to prepare for every scenario and would have many contingencies within his suit for a multitude of scenarios. The downside to him, though, is without the suit, in an environment like the Hunger Games, he would be useless. Okay, that is our brief analysis of each Avenger. Is it fair? You be the judge. But how would all this play out inside the arena? Here's how we think the games would go. The platforms would rise and the Avengers would be standing at the ready. And here's where each Avenger would be chosen randomly. Hawkeye would get taken out almost immediately by Hulk simply due to proximity. More fighting would occur, but no immediate deaths other than Clint. The alliances would include Tony, Cap, and Black Widow, while Hulk and Thor would team up. Black Widow would be the next obvious death, taken out most likely by Thor as she attempts to calm down Hulk and he begins to soften. Hulk would go next. In his weakened mental state, Cap and Iron Man would take advantage of the moment and end his time in the arena. The climactic moment would come where Steve can't be anything but what he is and would jump in front of an impending axe from Thor to save Tony's life. Thor, using lightning, would overload Tony's suit and basically fry it from too much electrical current, freezing Tony in his suit and striking the final blow to win the Hunger Games. With Thor's abilities, his humility after Ragnarok, an unrelenting will to win, we believe he would be the Avenger that would win the Hunger Games. Was this ridiculous? Yes. Did we enjoy it? Yep. Did you enjoy it? We hope so. Let us know what Avenger you think would win the Hunger Games, and if we should do this again with more Avengers added, or inside another universe like Star Wars. Thanks for watching. See you next time.